Hey everybody, and welcome back. My name is Sue and I am from OML Embroidery, and today we are going to be working on a really cute design. But first I wanted to show you guys my Frankenstein nails. You'll be able to see them, better when I'm working on the Brother Dream machine, also known as McDreamy, but I have Frankenstein nails. Yeah, you can see them pretty well. Good enough. So, a few things to show you guys, and then I have a ton of ideas of what we can do with this one. I wanted to show you guys my Halloween flower. I really like it. It's like a Dresden plate, but for Halloween. So it's coffins and bats, and it's wonderfully connected, and I love it. So we'll be working on that. I haven't quite decided yet. You guys can let me know what you think of that. And I wanted to show you guys this. So I'm working on learning sewing. So I found this company, and it's called the Sewers Club, Sewing Delivered. And you get a monthly thing to make. And I'm going to show you everything in the box because I just thought it would be fun. So this is the project. So you have all of the instructions in here and a whole bunch of other things. So you get one thing, and this is a specialty marking pen. I was like, woohoo, thank you. Look, you get everything with it. So we got a beautiful zipper, and this is an extra thing that I got, and it's a bodkin, which is something I have needed but really haven't bought, and it's for...
Can you show it again?
Yeah. Okay. That's an extra thing. So you get one notion, but I paid for two because I can never have enough notions. You get Gutermann thread, and you get all the fabric and felt, everything you need to complete the project. How cool is that? And I thought it would be a lot of fun to do. So every month you get something different. So it's hashtag Sewers Club, but I forgot to sewersclub.com, I think, is what it is. So you might want to check it out. It's a Canadian company, but they do ship to the States. That's what they do. And the website's in US dollars. So the US people, go for it. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I thought the price was reasonable, and it's just, fun. And I need some fun.
I just put the link for it in the chat.
Oh, I hope I got it right.
Yeah, .com takes it to .ca.
Oh, well, whatever, .ca, but everyone will remember sewersclub.com. So let's talk about today. So I'm going to show you my fabrics. Whoops.
Mom says hi. Hi,
Mom. Mom Brown's listening, watching. These are my fabrics I'm going to use, and this is a Halloween pack from Missouri Star, so yay. So this is going to be the background. I thought lighten it up. And this is going to be for my pumpkins. How cool is that? Yeah. I think it's going to look fantastic. The pumpkins are just small, but I think it'll look good. Now, I had some ideas. So, the pumpkins, there's 6 of them that go around if you look at the final design. Nobody says you have to do the pumpkins the same, right? You can, they do the placement stitch, and you could lay down a piece of scrap fabric that's different for each. So look, this is a little bit of a charm square. I could have most of them with just my scraps. The other thing I thought of is fussy cutting, and I'll show you that at the bottom. But a pattern like this, if you did the face on it, it's not gonna really show up, so you can just skip that step and just make designer pumpkins. So 2 examples of that. Don't you think that would look great, Don? What do you think?
Oh yeah,
I like it. So let's talk about fussy cutting. Depending on the size, check your bobbin, I know. Depending on the size, you could print out a template of the placement line, and why not cut out a different pumpkin and skip the faces again? Aren't they cute? I thought that would be a fantastic idea. And these ones are a little bit smaller, so you might have to play around with it. But they all have funny faces and are all different colors. And I thought, you know what? If you find the right print like this, that's what you could do.
You said that's all Missouri Star fabric?
Up to here is Missouri Star. That one is. This one, the rest of them. So these are Missouri Star, comes in a layer cake pack, and the rest are blueprint, of course. So this one's Missouri Star too. Hold on.
I think I've seen a lot of them. If anyone's interested, I've seen a lot of those actual fabrics on fabric.com, and they have some in stock because I was looking at it yesterday.
Okay. This is Missouri Star, part of this layer cake. I keep my layer cakes separate. So this is also blueprint, old blueprint, but why not put a ghosty face inside the pumpkin, skip stitching the space? Yeah, you might not be able to get the whole guy in there, but I'm thinking it would be cute as a button. Then I have ones like this. Now, these are obviously quite a bit larger, but there's two sizes included with what we're doing today. And you could pick something larger. I thought the feet would look really cute. Look at this pumpkin. That might be almost exactly the same size. Board spider. I like this one too. So those are just some ideas. It's a great scrap buster. So make sure you keep your decent sized scraps and make each pumpkin different, because why not, right? Why not? So this is my background. This is my back. This is my pumpkins. I'll do something a little different because, you know, I have to. This is going to be the green on the pumpkins. I think this is going to be the outside. I picked a variegated thread that's orange, white, and yellow for the faces, and I think it's going to look really nice, and it's a different orange from this, so it'll show up. So it looks like, hopefully, it looks like there's candles in them, and this is for the branch part on top of the pumpkin. So, without further ado, let's go to the machine. Let's go to McDreamy, who is my brother, Dream Machine 2. He's awesome.
He's up.
And I have it threaded with nothing. Oh, that's awesome. There's a thread in there, and I thought it was the black, and it was, in fact, not the black. So, my bad. Oh, you did that, Dawn.
What I did?
You took the black, and you just cut it and left it right there, and then I put a black spool over it. So I thought it was threaded black.
Do you want the Madeira black?
No, I don't want your damn Madeira black. Look at you.
Language.
Jeez. Language. Don't you tell me language.
Anyway.
Don't you cut it at the top and leave it. Bobbin check. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to redo the bobbin. But I have one handy, so that's okay. So the first line is placement. I almost said, what do you think, Lynn? But Lynn knows that by now. It's placement. Of course, it's placement. So then we know where we're going to put stuff. What?
They're all Dawn's in trouble. Get him, Sue.
Get him. Well, come on. I didn't check it because it was black thread. I mean, seriously, dude. Jerk. Did I say that? All right, so I'm putting my batting and my really pretty, I've been dying to use this, ooh, on the top. We covered up the googly eyes a little bit there. So we're going to place down both, save ourselves a step, and let's stitch this down. Oh, see what you did, Dawn?
It's orange, it's not black.
Yeah, but you caused the starting of the issues.
I offered Madeira.
I don't want Madeira. McDreamy likes his McDreamy. So, Bjorn, get busy, dude. Jeez. I'll put you there and hopefully you won't fall. Or maybe you should. Jeez. Stop giggling over there, too, Don. He's still giggling. All right. Let's do that again. I don't know what the heck that was, but okay, let's do it again. Again.
We have Bridget from Belgium.
Bridget from Belgium. Hello, Bridget.
Call me BB. That's short.
What's the short for?
BB.
BB.
B-I-B-I.
Oh,
BB.
that's cute.
Yeah. She knew.
Well, welcome. So, okay, thanks, Bjorn. I'm going to stick him back on the side. He's watching, but he's right on the side. He gets a little squished. So, this is stitching down twice, so we get a nice hold there. Now, you can trim all this out now, or we can do it all after. So, whatever you guys prefer. I think I'm probably just going to leave it for now.
Christina says hi. I believe she's new as well.
Yay! Yay, we always welcome new people. So welcome. Give yourself, if you're new to the sew along, this is where the fun happens. I'm going to do something really crazy, but look, I'm just going to cut out this.
You did mention about the project for people who only have 5x7 hoop.
Yeah, I have to make one change to the file, and then I will be putting that up for you guys. So what I did is and this is why I called it pumpkin pie, is I'm just putting on my neon green thread as I'm talking here. Thread change. I took it and I cut it up into pie pieces, and I changed the designs just a little bit. So if you have all three of the patterns, you will have different patterns because they're all a little bit different. They're not all just one design made bigger or smaller. So that doesn't sound right, does it? Just hold on. I'm just listening. No, something's not right there. So, okay, it didn't sound right. You always got to be listening to your machine. So let's see what he doesn't like. We'll do a trim. And the first thing I'm going to do, once he's done his little boogie dance there, is we're going to check the back. And if you look here, I'm going to guess we're having problems. Little bunches of everything. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to put in another bobbin. It's not necessarily the bobbin, but it's really easy for me to change. And sometimes when you are mostly halfway through a bobbin, the tension changes. These are pre-wound bobbins, so they're not all perfect. And then the next thing I'm going to do is just rethread it again. Just start from the beginning. Always pull in the direction that your thread is going. Just in case I missed a spot or the thread... Oh, I bumped the camera. Or the thread isn't sitting properly in one of the spots. Just in case. So everything's fresh and new. And we're going to hope that McDreamy sounds a little bit better. So those are the first things that I do, and we'll take a listen, and we'll just continue on because I want to hear him. That sounds better already.
Yep.
Yep. One of them was the problem. I'm just going to leave that one because it has some big points in the back of it. So the green's not showing up a whole lot, and that's okay. It's a busy fabric. We know it's still there.
Betty Turner says that you got her addicted to Anita Good Design.
Oh, I know. Isn't it awesome? I'm going to do my usual hashtag sorry not sorry. Anita Good Designs are good designs. I love it. I love this month's All Access. I am so excited about it. I'm really excited about it. There's lots to do. The trouble is going to be picking one to do. Yeah, I love it. We're gonna do some more giveaways to keep everyone busier, I think. Busier.
We have a Yorkshire lass.
Yorkshire. Cool.
She likes the timing, as well as the rest of the year, because I say that it is a good time in their lives.
I think Saturday is probably our favorite time. If you use the same color in the bobbin, is it embroidery thread too? If so, what weight? I actually very rarely end up doing that. But you can use... I use pre-wound, and it's far less expensive if you're winding your own bobbins. I'm going to keep the green going, by the way, just to maybe make it stand out instead of the brown. If you're winding your own bobbins, buy bobbin thread. It's a lot cheaper. However, if you want your bobbin to match, and we're going to be doing that today, except for I'm going to be using white, but anyways, then you can just wind your embroidery thread. But for daily use, no, I don't. I use, I use pre-wound because I go through so many, and I'm not really going to stop and wind a bobbin while we're doing a live, right? I kind of like that. You won't be able to see any of it, so that's why I just left it. That's okay. You gotta be aware when you have a busy print that stuff like this is gonna happen. The focal point is the pumpkins and the spiderweb, and I know they're gonna show up really well, so I'm not worried about it at all. I think we're gonna do our pumpkin appliques next. Now I'm gonna stick to the same color for each pumpkin on this one, but again, this could be a really good scrap buster. I actually really like the size of it. Really cool. I think my favorite one is the one in the title page, the green one. I just love that green and the pump. Oh, it's just fantastic. Oh, you can play around with your fabrics and everything. So, we've got 2 more of these babies to do. And then I think we're going to do some outlining. So, I have too much Anita Good Design. No, I have too much. I'll put up some pictures of what I have. We went to the garage sale a couple of years ago before all this started. And how many did we buy? 300, Don?
Yep.
300 Anita Good Designs to give away, so I have too many.
We actually have one we have to do, don't we?
We're doing it tomorrow.
Awesome.
On an Anita Good Design Day.
Perfect.
We're starting a new project tomorrow. Yeah. It'll be cool. Oh, good, you can see the eyes. Yay! That's awesome. Alright, stumpies are done. I think next we're going to do the outlines. Yes, we are. So this is our applique placement lines. And like I said, you can print it out, just this part, and you can make a template. And you could, yeah, it's kind of small. You could fussy cut your fabric, because why not? Why not? There's some nice connections in the web and stuff. There's no other way of doing it. It has to trim. I didn't want lines. There's no place to hide them, so bear with it. And we'll put our fabric on top. I'm just going to use the layer cake, and layer cakes are 10 by 10. I'm just going to put the layer cake on the top and just let it go and then cut it all out. Lynn should be here for all this pumpkin trimming.
Yeah, where is she?
At home. I think my idea of designer pumpkins would look fantastic.
Yes.
So even on this busy fabric, designer pumpkins, it would get in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stripes. So you could do it that way or you could do it that way.
Lynn says no.
No. Yes. I don't think there'll be a whole lot of trimming tomorrow. So this is when you can see, that would look good. Oh, polka dots. Oh yeah, sorry. Careful when you're at your machine. Polka dots would look cute. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but I have 3 different Halloween polka dots. I think that one would be really cute pumpkin. So maybe solid. I think that would look good. Okay, so what I'm going to do, now you can place your fabric over each one, or you can just do this. I wanted the pumpkins to stand out, and I wanted orange in it as well. This would have been a really good background, too.
Yeah, it would have.
Yep. Either way. All right, now we're going to stitch these down, and then we're going to do some trimming. So awesome. Yeah, I like the black and orange like that. Look at the green on it. Ooh wee. Probably would have been more frugal actually to cut pieces out. But I didn't, so there we go. This makes it a little faster. So cute. That's gonna look adorable. So the outlining on them are, it's gonna be this bright orange here. So I think it'll look good with the stars.
Yep.
Perfect. I'm really happy. This is such a cute design.
212.
Yay, 212. We haven't beat our world record yet, but oops, Bjorn just fell. I'll stick him back up on his Velcro. Do you see how great that green looks with that fabric, Dawn?
It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, that green, so this is a Madeira lime green, and if you use it sparingly, I think it looks great. I did a zombie with the lime green, and it's just shocking, the green. So like green eyes, something little like that. I think that looks amazing. Of course, I love all Halloween colors, and this is what I love about it. It's nice and bright. Janet, thank you very much. Sue, what thread are you using? It is Madeira thread. Madeira lime green. When it's done, I'll give you the number. Alicia, thank you. This is going to look fabulous. I know. Karina says, thank you, Karina. You could never go wrong with black and orange. So let me look at, so I don't forget, it's $15.99 is the Madeira number. So, okay, Dawn, can we go back to the desk?
Desk is up.
So, a little bit wasteful on the fabric, so I should have taken the time, but that's okay. I still have scraps. So I'm just going to what I call hack it out. So I'm just going to rough cut it around the outside. There's no rhyme or reason for doing this. I just thought it would be easier. Always remember, don't pull too much when you're doing it. We do not want our stabilizer to move at all. Not at all. I'm kind of short on room here for some reason. And I have all my threads out.
It's because you're working with a bigger hoop.
Yeah, this is my quilting hoop. Now, the bigger size of this has really nice, creepy kind of trees on it, which I love. I think it's cool to fill in, and they're nicely connected, of course, just to fill everything in. It's really cute. And the pumpkin pie, the actual 5x7, I will get that up for you guys this afternoon. Hopefully. What are we doing this afternoon, Dawn? Working.
I don't know if it's anything like last Saturday afternoon, nothing.
We kind of played hooky a little bit, didn't we? After the
I did.
live, Dawn went and sat down on the couch in my office, and there he stayed. And of course, if he does that, I'm going to do the same thing. And then it was 4 o'clock. That's pretty much how it happened.
Dinner time and movie night.
Yeah, and that was the end of that. All right, a little bit of trimming here.
I have some stitching to do this afternoon. So.
Yeah, so do I. I'm working on a quilt that is challenging. I talked about it last week that I was trying to cut diamond. I finally got it, and if anyone would like to know how I did it, I went on my embroidery software, because I'm always telling you guys, work with what you know best, and I know embroidery software best. And I created it, and I printed out a template and put tape on it and cut out my diamonds, and it works. So yeah, always do what you know best. And it worked, and I was happy, because Don tried to do it too. He said, oh, it's not hard, and then he tried to do it and it was wrong. It didn't match up properly. A couple of times. I know.
Not once. I did it a couple of times wrong.
What is so darn hard about it? I don't know, but we got it. Perseverance. Do what you know best. Use what you know best.
I draw with thread.
I draw with thread, yeah. Use the program you know best. I was hoping that Embrilliance, because I love Embrilliance, and it has all the AccuQuilt shapes, I thought it would have it, but not to the specifications that I needed. It was very particular specifications, and AccuQuilt doesn't have a die for this certain shape and size and the whole bit, so yeah, it kind of sucked. But I did. That's where I go for AccuQuilt stuff. I love my AccuQuilt stuff. So the quilt I'm working on is a Sarah Vedler quilt, and it's a ton of applique, and I have most of the dies for it. So applique is just like a dream come true, because I have all the shapes pre-cut and pre-cut perfectly. So nice. All right, one more round here. I have found cutting out the batting after the top makes it a lot neater, and we're going to do satin finish on this for both sides.
Jack
but
Jones wants to know why there's eyes on your hoop.
Because why not? Googly eyes everywhere.
Googly eyes everywhere.
I would if I could. We have glow-in-the-dark googly eyes. It's just me being silly, isn't it?
There's still a big set over on the wall, but they're hidden now.
I know.
We'll
have to move them. It's just something silly I do, so that, there's always something watching, I suppose. I just think it's funny, too. What else do I put googly eyes
says
on?
It's googly eyes just for fun and to scare the gremlins.
Well, that too. Yeah, it's supposed to keep the gremlins away. I guess they started working when I uncovered them, maybe. Because Bjorn, I can hear him snoring. He's not doing the greatest job, is he? No, he's not. All right, all that trimming is done. I was a little messy with these, but that's okay. Let's go back to the machine, Dawn. It's so cute. I love it. And I'm glad we solved the noisy noise problem. No idea what it was. So I'm going to take out my green thread and I'll show you the green thread. This is it. This is the neon Madeira, and you can see Madeira and $15.99, and I just have a small spool of it and I like it. And I want my orange because we're going to do our Lynn's favorite stitch. She said, I know what that stitch is. It's the cover-up boo-boo stitch.
Cover-up boo-boo stitch.
She did. I know what it is. So if you don't trim it perfectly, it's going to cover everything up.
Will this work on a 6x10 hoop?
The design is... I can't remember. It should. It's a little over... Oh, I'll have to look. I don't have it in front of me. I don't know why McDreamy doesn't show me the size. What gives, McDreamy?
What gives?
Yeah, it's not there. I could give you the exact size at the end. How's that? Because it'll go back to the beginning. So 6 minutes of gorgeous satin stitches that are going to make my pumpkins go wow. I have a large set of googly eyes on my trash cans in my classroom. They look like monsters. Well, heck yeah, why not? I would do the same thing. Ooh, yeah, look at that. I could have been a little more careful on my applique, but it's okay. It'll look like a shadow. So now it's going to do satin stitches all the way around my pumpkins, my messy applique, but you know what? You can always get scissors and trim it very carefully, but it's not actually a big deal. I don't think you guys can even see what I see. Remember, don't be too hard on yourself. I will need to check out Sue on Wednesdays. Yeah, I haven't figured out what we're doing yet, but I'm thinking we need to keep running with the motifs to make sure everyone gets it. Did you just zoom in so people can see my boo-boos? Did you? I just looked at my iPad and I see that you zoomed in.
I zoomed in and then you started talking about boo-boos. I was like, oh.
Oh, there's a delay. That's awesome. That's awesome. Piece of fabric on right pumpkin. Woo! Good eyes. Thank you very much. I got it. You're right. That's okay. I just want to show you guys. I just kind of hacked it out, these pumpkins. I could have done a much better job. But I want to show you guys that it doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be perfect. You're really not going to see it. And I'll prove that to you guys. Normally, I take much more time to like super trim it out carefully. But it just doesn't show as much as you think. So be a little forgiving on yourself. I think it adds to it right there with the little black around it in certain spots. I kind of like it. I'm okay with it.
Fade out line. It's cool.
I think, you know, do, can you put, I love you guys. That's awesome.
The 5x7 version is not up yet, right?
No, I'll be doing that after the live. I have to add one thing to it. Yeah, sorry about that. I kind of ran out of time and decided to watch Stargate Atlantis last night instead of... We had a big dinner and I was like, yeah, I'm done for the day. Chris Yost, thank you very much. But I'll get that up for you guys. So what you have to do, let me explain it. So it's bigger than this. The final design using the 5x7 pumpkin pie slice is almost 12 by 12 when you're done. So it's a pie slice. So it's one of these with the designs. There's half a coffin on each side and part of the spider web, I think. And you stitch it 6 times and then take it to your sewing machine and you're going to sew the pieces together, and you put fabric on top face down, and then what I'm adding is little sewing lines here. So you have something that you can follow and leave part of it open and then turn it and finish it, and it'll look beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So, yeah. We are also watching Stargate Atlantis, Karina. We love it. We love it because of Jason Momoa mostly, but it's good stories. Yeah, I know. I just was tired. I'd had enough, and it's awesome. So the only shows.
People.
What's that?
232 people.
All right. And I think the mug rug is looking great. We're going to be doing some spidery dudes on it. I think that's also going to look great. I was going to pick a nice shimmery metallic silver for the spiders and the spider webs. What size is the one that you're doing now? I have it in an 8x8 hoop. I'm going to give you guys the exact sizes when he's done stitching. I thought McDreamy showed me that on his screen, but he doesn't. He does before you put it into embroidery mode.
Nisha said she couldn't do it under 6x10.
Oh.
She had to use her.
I think it's just one part of it is a smidgen too big. I guess I could slightly adjust that. I don't want to make it too small because then all the details won't show.
That's what the 5x7 one's for.
The 9.5 by 9.5, so the big one, has more designs in it. It's made exactly the same, but it just has, more. More.
Nisha said it's technically 7x7.
7x7. Yeah, I'll try to do that better next time and make it so it'll fit in the 6x10. So that's my bad. First time to catch you live. Woohoo! Elaine. Well, welcome, Elaine. It's nice that you're here to join us. We are having a blast with my messy applique. Still looks good. I still like it. I still do. And lots of ideas of how you can change this around. So, alright, so now we are going to change our orange, pull the thread in the direction that it normally goes, and we're going to put on black because nobody cut it at the spool and just left it. So I'll thread it again. That was at you, Dawn.
I needed it back.
But you should have pulled all the thread out, dear.
No.
Yeah. No, touch my McDreamy.
I didn't. I just touched the thread.
I know.
Which is why I didn't pull the thread through. I had to touch McDreamy.
Nice excuse.
That works.
So, while you guys are watching this stitch out, I want you to pay attention to the connections, because all of the spiders and the spider web stitch out in one. There's no trims, there's no nothing. And this is what embroidery should be. This is what it should be for sure. Janet, thank you very much. So we start off with the spider, and I'll explain it as we go because we are working on optimizing stuff. Start off with the spider, and then we're going to make a connection over to the other spider. Your designs are always so much fun to stitch out. Well, thank you, Jenny. Yeah, I try to make them as connected as possible. Okay, my little spider guy looks fantastic on that background. I'm happy. So, here's the connection. So instead of cutting and trimming, I think I have a tension issue. Hold on. I think my bobbin thread is showing. No, I guess it's back. Only on his little legs there it's showing, but that's okay. I'm going to keep an eye on it. So, I think it's nice to do it that way. That is actually the proper way. Jump stitches suck. They happen sometimes, but they don't need to most of the time. Like, if you didn't trim, there'd be jump stitches in between. A lot of times what I try to do is, you know, to run it down, but I'd have to do it for the green, the brown, and the orange, and I thought that would look crappy. So, yeah. There we go. So, nicely connected, and we also talked about making spider webs in the Sunset with Sue Wednesday digitizing. And that's where I got it from. I was making spider webs, and I thought, see, isn't that great? Instead of a trim, instead of a jump stitch even. Now what's gonna happen on these connections here, I don't know how well you can see this, I'll wait till we get to the next one. It's kind of behind. No, you guys can't really see it. I'll wait till it goes to the next one and then I'll show you. Because this is the big secret of embroidery that nobody ever teaches you guys, and it's really important. Karina sent me a picture of a design that she did all the way down the sleeve of the shirt, and it started at the top and finished at the bottom. All one color, no trims. So how well can you see this? Could you zoom in maybe, Dawn? Just so I can show them. Just let me know when you're zoomed.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one goes in, we do the spider, and then if you notice, this is exactly the shape of the spider web. Can you guys see that well enough?
Yeah.
So that's hiding my connection. You will not be able to tell when we're done, unless you have any shifting, but I won't. The connection, see, that one just did it too, bop, bop. And it makes it fantastic. I try really hard to show you guys really good connections, so when you're stitching, watch it. For me, that's how I judge a good design. And it's also one of the reasons why I love Anita Good Design, is because they're professional level and they take the time to make the connections. Now, honestly, it takes a lot longer to do it this way, but I think it makes a much better design. I think this is fantastic. So no trims, no, it just goes straight into the spider web from there. There's no trims, there's no slipped thread. I think the only thing I would change on this is maybe make it a back stitch for the spider web so it's a bit thicker, but there we go. I like it. See, and it looks really good too. I like it. All in one. Back and forth to each spider. Isn't that cool? Anyways, that's the learning for today. No trims, I know. Teresa, thank you. I really enjoy your classes and sew-alongs. Well, thank you very much. So, on yours, it does a trim because there's no way of connecting it, and it's going to do black here. But if you stop it right here, you can do an impromptu color change. Now, because I have the working file, I just added it in there so I wouldn't forget. But, you know, catch it on time and make a change. All you have to do is stop your machine. This is what we're doing now. The variegated thread, and we're just doing a test. If I didn't have the right colored variegated thread, I would use maybe a yellow on this, because you can't use black because the background's black and it's not going to show up. Even orange would work, so I'm hoping this looks amazing. You never know with variegated thread. But it's worth a try, I always say. Little dance, and okay, let's see how this looks. I'm so excited. Are you excited, Don? We got cheeky faces on all of our pumpkins. I learned that the hard way of buying off at Etsy. Yeah, about optimizing. Yeah, you just don't want 4 million jump stitches. If your machine doesn't trim all of them, it doesn't always read properly, then you're kind of not good. Ooh, that looks great. Ooh, do you see that, Dawn? Oh, I love it. Mr. Burns' finger. What are we talking about, Beth? I'll have to read back. I would love that spider web in a coaster. Oh, I can do that. It's a gorgeous spider web, isn't it? Just a circle coaster? Yeah, I can do that.
I love the pumpkin face.
Oh, yeah. Now that's awesome. That is the look that I wanted. So it looks like there's a candle lit inside there for him. I'm happy with that. Yay! Looks like it has a candle. Yep. Yep. Alright, I think that adds quite a bit to it. So it's yellow, orange, and white variegated thread. Look at all the fluff bumping around there. What?
See that? And that's what I thought it was, and I looked and I'm like, no, that's just a light orange and dark orange. From a distance, that doesn't look variegated.
Oh, no, but it is. I know.
Yeah,
the thread
on the spool. Yeah. That's
See,
awesome.
that one has a little more white and yellow in it.
I like the look.
I am really happy with that, especially, look at his eye right there. That's awesome. That's awesome. It's half orange and half yellow, and this one's orange. Okay, his mouth is exquisite. You have to use it in the right way, for sure.
Yeah.
The thread is cool. Yes, I think it's Floriani. I'll give you guys the number because this is perfect for it. Yeah, I love my spider web and the little itty bitty spiders. I just thought this was a really fun design. You know, I might change my mind about the outside. Because, you know, it's the variegated thread. It'll end up in stripes because it's all satin stitches. But the variegated thread would then be stripes. And it just happens to be the colors of the candy corn on it. See? It's pretty close.
Laurie's asking how much one of these machines
McDreamy? Dream Machine 2? I have no idea. I've had mine for a couple of years. I don't think they sell McDreamies anymore, do
No,
they?
they're on the Stellaire now.
Yeah, is the Stellaire the replacement for it?
Yeah.
Or if you have a dealer close by, you could get the Baby Lock version of it, which I have no idea what it's called. Yeah, I can't decide. To use that around the edge, I was just gonna do either orange or white. What do you think, Don?
Oh, what? Sorry.
Variegated thread along the outside, and it'll end up in stripes.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool.
Not too busy.
No, I think it'd go good with candy.
Yeah, I think that's cool. I just ate a candy corn and good lord are they sugary. Woo!
Norseman's in that.
Oh, hey Norseman. I think you were thinking of us because I had troubles, so I'll never get a McDreamy. You may be able to find used ones because frankly a lot of people will be trading in their McDreamies to put money towards a Luminaire. So you might luck out. You'd have to get looking though. I mean, my McDreamy's fine. I'm not trading in McDreamy at all, but if I get a luminaire someday, which I won't, but I'd still keep McDreamy because he is amazing and I love him. You never get this, trade-in value or anything, so I'd just keep him. How was riding the hog? We have not been on our motorcycles this year. My hog is sitting in the garage, and unfortunately she's a little bit dusty, but I do say hi to her once in a while. Way too cold today to ride here in Canada, but yeah, it's kind of sad. I kind of miss riding. I get my best ideas on my motorcycle, and I have a Harley. I get my best ideas. I get a little peace. I was going to say peace and quiet, but my bike is not quiet. It's got a beautiful sound. Peace of mind, I guess, yeah. It's kind of awesome. So I kind of miss it. Hopefully next year. And I couldn't ride before that because of the meds I was taking. It was too dangerous. So it's been a while. All right, one more face and then we're going to put the backing on. Whoa! I could hear that. I could hear that. I don't know why you broke your thread, but okay. So am I going to make, maybe that's what I can do. I can work. Sorry, click OK. Jeez, he doesn't have to ding ding at me. I might make my, my green monster sewing thing. I think that would be cool. I love my Destiny, was going to trade it in, but why do that when I haven't learned everything about my Destiny? Yeah, I know, that's how I feel. I'll keep McDreamy until he's a old gray man, for sure. You just don't get the value. You pay so much for them. I mean, on the other hand, I would absolutely love a luminaire just to play with even. I just want to check out the technology. I'm kind of nerdy that way. But, yeah.
You don't have to spend that kind of money on a machine, though. You can buy cheaper ones to start with.
Yeah, the McDreamy, I guess not so much anymore, but he was like... in the military, we would say 2IC, second in command, like a higher end, and luminaire being the top of the food chain. So McDreamy used to be it, but he's kind of a has-been. Okay, so the next step showing on McDreamy is the shape of the whole thing. So that's my cue to slide in very carefully. Now, you see I am lifting up my hoop, but I want you to make sure you do it very gently. There is a little bit of give, and just do it very gently. And I just have the one finger down by the googly eyes and just lift it up. And because we're using WSS, we can see where it is, so we could, be a little more frugal, because I haven't been frugal today. We could be a little more frugal about it. Again, being careful.
It's all about frugal.
Well, the cost of fabric in Canada, you better be. And that looks a little bit better to me. Make sure your fabric is pretty side down, because this is going to be the back of our design, and I'll show you that. So some people take the hoop off and they use tape. McDreamy does not like using tape, and I find, you know what, this works just fine without any extra effort. Just slip it underneath, and we're going to do a nice back stitch to really hold it down. See how it's doing the back stitch? So it's going to keep everything nice. I, knock wood, don't have any problems doing it that way, but if you would feel better taping it, then by all means tape it. I just don't, especially when you can see through. It's super handy. Oh, that is so pretty in a back stitch. Oh, the variegated thread. It's hard to see. It's right on the edge. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. It adds so much to it. Embroidery addiction. I know. We always want the newer and bigger machine. I know. I know. I'm not going to because it's so expensive. I can't justify it because McDreamy's so awesome. I have to pump up McDreamy a little bit so it'll keep stitching. No, I do love him, and I use all of the technology that he has. Again, I'm just a nerd, and I want to see what all of it's about, like the projection and stuff. That's got my attention. And I'm particularly interested in the quilting bit, too. That you can do the sashing and place it perfectly and line up running stitches and stuff. I just think that's cool. McDreamy can do it too. It's just a little more, it's not like one button. So, you know. My largest hoop is 14 by 9.5 for McDreamy. Yep, that's the biggest hoop he takes. And it's a big hoop.
I don't want to keep banging my head on.
Yeah, sorry. All right, Dawn.
Hashtag sorry, not sorry.
No, back to the desk, please. Now, there we go. Yeah, I think the Luminaire has a bigger hoop. I'm not sure how much I would use it. I suppose it would be great to have it, even if you needed it. Just in case, rather, that you needed it. Now, it might be hard for you to see, but I'm going to follow along here. And the variegated thread, you can see it, and then you can't see it, because I didn't change threads. So I'm using my duckbill scissors properly, so I don't gouge and change the tension on my water-soluble stabilizer. It's not that delicate, but it's delicate, and we don't, especially at this point, we do not want anything to go out of registration for sure at this point. So trying to do it a little more carefully. Obviously today is not a good trimming day, so I'm thankful for my AccuQuilt, because I don't have to cut anything out today. I'm only missing one. Hint, hint, Dawn. Hint, hint.
Go buy it.
Go buy it. No.
Oh, you hint at me, go buy it.
The stars. I don't want to cut out stars, but...
After the diamond experience, go buy it.
No, there's SVGs. I'll use my Cricut or a brother's Scan and Cut. Probably the Scan and Cut would be easier. All right, perfection. So, okay, looking good. I really like my black pumpkins with a little bit of stars and white dots and the variegated thread.
Yep, that was a good choice.
Awesome. Back to McDreamy, please.
Dreamy's up.
Now, I'm just going to leave my white thread in because I am using the variegated thread for this part. So it'll still look good on the back and it'll still be fine. You really can't match up variegated thread. I suppose you could wind it, but I don't know. I'm looking forward to the stripes. Because if you use variegated thread for like lettering, it just, the way it comes off the spool, it's just stripes. Oh, look at that. Candy corn. I didn't know I had candy corn thread.
Morgan's asking about a scan and cut lesson. Did you do one?
Yep, there's a couple of them. Fussy cutting. Scan and cut works. You have to have the right one. You have to, there's different levels of them. And I learned they're called different names in, like, Australia, they're different. So I have a DX 255, which is the top end. And what it does is you take your design from McDreamy, so you don't even need a computer, and you put it on a zip drive, and then you put it on your scan and cut, and it will, if you have it coded properly, it will read your PES file and pull out the applique part, so like the placement, and you could just add a little bit to it, and it'll cut it out. So it's pretty cool. Cricut Maker with the rotary blade does a fantastic job. It's, you know, a little bit more difficult to get it in there, and SVGs come in either really tiny or absolutely huge, so you have to know exactly the size before you do it, but it's easy enough. It precision cuts it, so it's nice. The candle mat is so cute.
Good choice with the variegated outside.
I love that. I think that is absolutely gorgeous Halloween thread, and I'm gonna try to use it a little bit more. We need a video on fussy cutting. I actually have one with the cutter, and the scan and cut, true to its name, you can scan your fabric and literally move the shape. So if I was cutting out, you know, bigger pumpkins, you can move it to fussy cut on the fabric super easily because it scans it in. So I already do have a video. I think it's under the playlist, which is called OML Crafty Extras, and I fussy cut actually Halloween, a Halloween creative kiwi mug rug, and I fussy cut the fabric. So yeah, this is stunning. This is stunning, and you know, you can see the green just well enough. I love the variegated thread. Now the next stitch, there is one more stitch. It's gonna do a motif stitch along here, and hopefully it won't take away from my colors. I really like the look of the variegated thread on the edges. I'll have to try this on other mug rugs. Yeah, it really adds to it, doesn't it? It really, that could easily be the focal point of the mug rug. And, you know, there's Christmas colors, there's all sorts of one. I had one that was green, red, and silver for Christmas. And wow, did that look amazing. I absolutely adore this variegated thread for the faces. And it adds like a dimensional look without doing anything. And it looks great on the camera too. I love it. So the point I was getting at, if the stitches, the motif stitches, it kind of looks like lace. It's just a beautiful finishing thing. If it is going to change how this looks, because the color blend on the outside is stunning, then you can just skip them. Now, once it gets to here, you just push stop and you're done. That's how you skip them, because it's all one color in the stitch file, so you can't really program anything in. That's what I would do. And that's what I might do. I'm not sure. I'll probably let it stitch and see what happens.
Lori's asking with the cutter so they can do her own drawn appliques. You could cut it out.
Yeah. Yeah. You can send it over like in a certain form and the machine will read it. You can do it right on the really bonus part about the scan and cut is you can do most of the work on the machine. It has designs included. You can make it bigger, smaller, set it up. It's cool. So if I was doing this on my scan and cut, you have to make a change, you know, with Brother, and you can do this on McDreamy, you know, with Brother, when you're doing applique, it has this light kind of salmon color, and it's all kind of in one. You have to have that to pick it up if you're going to use that. And it'll take the placement, tack down, and cover stitches. So it'll take the placement out of that. It can read it, because the higher level can read PES files, and you don't need a computer. So the way I used to have my office is that I had McDreamy, and then I had the scan and cut right there, so I could just take the USB drive, plunk it in, and do it, and it made short work of it. Just, you know, put everything on it and cut out your fabric and then start your machine. So it's across the room. But if you guys want to get into that more, I did a few videos that will help with that, getting started, but I'll make videos on whatever you guys are going to watch or whatever you're interested in, basically. Like, you guys set the pace of it, you know, other than Learn with Lynn. That's at Lynn's pace. But it's whatever you guys want to learn. As long as you guys watch it, I'm good. I'm like seriously good with it. That's what I need for you guys, is to watch the videos and engage in them and the whole bit. So if you guys want to do more, we can go through it again. But do check out the videos. Try to remember that there are 600 or so videos that I've done. So pretty much just about every subject is going to be covered. So make sure you do a search of just the OML videos, and chances are you'll find what you want. Someone was asking a question and in the group, and someone answered, oh, just search YouTube. And I'm like, no, I have it. I've done it. It was something kind of weird too. I've done it. It should be all there. Stitching and digitizing, because I think it's all important. So yeah, make sure you check out all the different videos. I would love that with an Anita Good Design applique quilt square on the standing cut. I did the Marvelous medallions. No, I don't think it was just on sale. The big, huge medallions that have tons of applique, and I cut everything out on, I did my Cricut Maker, and I just did the colors that I wanted, and I cut out everything for it. And so once before it starts, this is when you'd press stop if you don't want the stitches. I'm gonna leave them. Modular medallions? Yeah, that was it. I couldn't quite remember. But I cut out all, so I had piles of appliques, and I just did it piece by piece. It was delightful, actually. One, hint on it is test one first and then cut out your stash, because it really sucks if it's not quite right. So make sure you get the size and the whole bit before you mass produce it. So anyways, ask me how I know. That would be great, learning how to cut PES on the scan and cut. I already have some videos up, but like I said, if you guys want more, just let me know. I do all this for you guys, so whatever you want to learn, that's what we do. And we're just about done. Happy music time, Lynn. Just waiting for it. All right, Dawn, back to the desk.
Desk's up.
I am really happy with that. And the back doesn't look too bad with just the white.
No, it looks pretty good.
It looks pretty good. It kind of blends in some parts and not in others. I am really happy with this variegated thread. I think it turned out nice. I actually like the size of this one. So it's a little bit bigger than what we traditionally do for a mug rug. But the 9.5 one is quite large. This is the variegated thread, and it is Floriani, and it is, I guess that's the number, 55, and that's the lot number. This, to me, made the design, and they do match the colors of this. So it would be cool to do, I have this print, but with a black background. So I think that would be really cool too. I think it would stand out. Now, would you guys like to see my diamond quilt blocks that I'm working on? Maybe you could get one for me, Dawn, or two. They're at the bottom of the purple pile there. Just to show you guys how wonderful AccuQuilt is. So that is the thread, and I'm super happy with it. There's two at the bottom, two finished ones. Just so you guys can see what I'm doing. Did you find them? Yeah. Two of them. I want two.
Oh, you want to?
Yeah. Grab the other one. All right, guys, you ready for this? Boo.
Here you go.
Thank you. That's what I've been working on. How gorgeous is this? So this is the shape that took me forever to cut out. These are all AccuQuilt shapes, so they're pre-cut, and it's easiest if you fuse them on. And I love the colors. So yellow, purple, and pink fabric, different colored threads. So that's what I'm working on. First two blocks of a lot of blocks for it.
Can you quickly show how to remove the WSS?
Sure.
You want me to get you a little bit of water and you can show that too?
Yeah, that would be cool. You can use my
Somebody's asking about
OML Gang mug rug. So, and a Q-tip. You can use my OML Gang cup.
Okay.
So, when you cut it out, it is not necessary to get too close because you do not want to accidentally clip the stitches because it will not look good at all. So even if you cut it out like this, that's fine. I precision cut a little bit more, so but do be careful because there's not a whole lot you can do about it. You could glue it down a little bit, but it's never going to look the same. So err on the side of caution. Now this is this from Johnny? Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, I think so. Super Punch.
Super Punch fabric type. He calls it a French name, but that's okay. That's where I got that. And you can, he's on Amazon. So even Amazon.ca. So all I've done is put a little bit of water. Now you can put it on your finger and you just kind of rub it. And look at my perfect finish. Look at that. Can you guys see that?
Can you show it a little closer to the camera?
It's a little awkward. A little more water.
Sorry, I know.
Is that better?
Yeah.
So see the little bit that I left? Even if you have a lot, it'll still work. It just will take you a little bit longer. So you
Super
guys...
Punch Ogon.
Yeah, water. O is water. That's what I use. We used to use gun old, but...
Everyone's asking who gets this candle mat.
I
I think it should go on our coffee table, to be honest.
I think it should go on our coffee table.
We do. We get it.
We get it. We claim this one because of the variegated thread. So that's all you have to do is just sit there, or you know what I do? I go upstairs to our kitchen sink and you just put water on your finger and do the same thing. But you can see, even if I put it down here, you can see the beautiful finish. Now, one thing you might want to do with these, and I don't know how many people do it, but if this was going to get wet right now, it's going to get sticky because that water soluble stabilizer goes all the way through. So grab a bowl and plunk this in it and let it soak, or the whole thing, instead of worrying about the outside. And get rid of the water soluble stabilizer if you think that might happen, or if you're giving it as a gift or something. You don't want them, and I probably forget that every time. It just makes it a little bit nicer, and then the person can throw them in the washing machine and it'll be just fine. So I hope you guys love this. I am so thrilled with this thread. That just made me so happy, this thread. Even if it was just on the faces, I think it adds so much to the design.
Lori says, amazing, you earned my sub.
Thank you. Thank you. The more the merrier. The more people watch, and it has gone up a lot, so thank you. Watch, comment, engage, save to playlist. The more YouTube pays attention to me, and the more videos that we can do. So remember, all these videos are for you. So if you get, asking people what they want to learn, then there we go. We got a project coming up for tomorrow that is, Lynn, you're going to love this one. And stitch out both sizes, the bigger and the smaller, and I will work on the 5x7 a little bit after this. But thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Give it a like if you haven't already. It's all good. That's all you guys have to do. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, everyone. Thanks.